Greetings, beloved soul. I want you to take a deep breath and allow yourself a moment of stillness. Let the chaos of the world around you fade away for just a brief second. You may be wondering, why now? Why did this video come into your life at this exact moment? Why did you stop scrolling? Why did your attention land here? It's no accident, my friend. There is a higher reason that's been carefully orchestrated beyond your immediate understanding, beyond the limits of human perception. Something extraordinary is happening in your life, whether you see it or not. And today, you are about to discover why. Imagine for a moment, what if everything you've experienced, the struggles, the attacks, the constant battles, wasn't just the randomness of life? What if instead everything that has happened to you was part of a divine design? A celestial plan in motion far beyond the material world you can see. What if the very forces you thought were against you were actually part of something so much bigger, so much grander than you could ever have imagined? What if the hardships you faced weren't signs of defeat, but rather proof that something greater is protecting you, guiding you, and preparing you for something extraordinary? Welcome to the beginning of a revelation that will change your life. I know you may be feeling the weight of this moment right now, unsure if you're ready for such an enormous truth. Maybe, just maybe, you've been questioning your worth, your purpose, or whether anything you've been through really has any meaning. Perhaps you felt the sting of judgment from others, felt misunderstood, or faced accusations that were not just hurtful but cruel. But what if instead of weakening you, these very challenges have been preparing you for something much more powerful? What if in the grand design of things you are far more significant than you realize? There is something incredible I need to reveal to you. You, the one watching right now, are not ordinary. You are a chosen one. And the proof of this is something that even heaven itself has witnessed, something that was triggered without you even knowing it, without you ever asking for it. You've been part of a cosmic operation, a celestial strategy that involves far more than just earthly circumstances. You've been connected to a force greater than you can imagine, a power that moves through the very fabric of the universe. Let me take you on a journey, one that reveals the divine forces that have been working behind the scenes on your behalf. In this story, you'll discover how something as simple as a photo, a single image of you, was given to a celestial being with one purpose: to judge. But what this angel saw in that image was not what your enemies had hoped. They expected condemnation, a confirmation of their limited view of who you are. But what the angel saw instead was so much more. This moment was a divine reckoning, and what it activated in your life will leave you astounded. You felt it, haven't you? A shift in your life that defies logic, unexpected blessings, opportunities that seem too perfect to be true, a sense of protection that feels almost tangible. You might have thought of these moments as mere coincidence, as good fortune, or maybe you attributed them to hard work or timing. But I'm here to tell you, this is no coincidence. This is divine intervention at work. But why are you only seeing this now? Why haven't you realized your true potential until now? Why hasn't the world around you fully acknowledged the light within you? The answer lies in a deeper truth. Your spiritual identity has been revealed not by the eyes of men, but by celestial beings. And what they have seen has set into motion a chain of events that will forever alter your path. In this very moment, I invite you to step into the revelation of who you truly are. Someone whose essence is so pure, so connected to the divine, that even the highest celestial authorities recognize your energy and power. This is not just about what you've gone through in life. This is about what you are about to become. A shift in your reality is happening right now. and the time to fully understand the divine purpose of your existence has come. This is not just a story about you, it's a story about everyone who has ever misunderstood you, underestimated you, or even tried to break you. It's about the spiritual forces that have been guiding you all along and how those forces will now act in your favor more powerfully than ever before. What happens when you are a soul recognized by celestial forces? What happens when your very essence is marked by the divine? When the angels themselves see you and bow in reverence? The truth I'm about to share with you will blow your mind. It will shatter the very limitations you've believed about your life and elevate your awareness to a whole new level. So I invite you now to stay with me. Keep your mind open, your heart receptive, because we're about to uncover something that will change your understanding of yourself and the universe forever. You've been chosen. And the reason you're watching this video at this precise moment is no accident. You're ready to hear the truth about the celestial protection operating in your life. What follows is the beginning of a new chapter, one where you'll not only understand the deeper forces at play, but also activate the incredible power that resides within you. You're about to realize something that was hidden from your understanding for a long time. You are not an ordinary person. You are a chosen soul, and everything in the universe is conspiring to ensure that your path is aligned with your divine purpose. So let's begin this journey together. Let's unlock the truth about your angelic protection, your celestial mark, and the divine forces that have been guiding you from the very beginning. Stay with me and let this story unfold before your eyes. As we step deeper into this story, let's uncover what really happened behind the scenes in realms far beyond what your eyes can see or what your mind can comprehend. You may have been led to believe that the struggles you've faced were simply the result of random misfortune, or worse yet, a reflection of your inadequacies. But in truth, everything that has happened to you was part of a much larger divine design. There is a force, a divine intelligence orchestrating events to shape and mold you into the extraordinary being you are meant to become. Let's start with the moment everything changed. Your enemies, the people who have harbored resentment and disdain towards you, decided to make a move that they believed would be their final attempt to destroy you. These individuals, driven by jealousy, fear, or some form of hatred, convinced themselves that if they could only present you as unworthy, flawed, and broken, the world would agree with them. They sought to expose your supposed weaknesses to forces beyond the earthly realm. Their plan was clear. They would deliver your image to a higher power, a celestial being, an angel, to obtain confirmation of their judgment. But what they didn't know, what they couldn't have possibly anticipated, was that they were about to make the most disastrous mistake of their lives. They believed that angels, much like humans, would see through their limited perception and validate their negative judgments about you. They thought that by delivering your photo to an angel, they would receive the validation they craved, the confirmation that you were indeed the flawed person they painted you to be. And in their arrogance, they believed they had successfully manipulated the forces of the universe to their advantage. But the truth, the profound truth that was about to unfold, would turn their world upside down. You see, angels don't perceive things as we do. While humans judge based on outward appearances, words, and limited understanding, angels perceive beyond the physical. They see your essence, your soul, your divine spark. When the angel looked at your photograph, they didn't simply see a physical image captured in time. No, they looked far deeper. They saw the very core of who you are. They saw your celestial mark, the divine signature that identifies you as someone chosen, someone destined for greatness. And what happened next shocked your enemies to their core. Instead of seeing the flaws they expected, the angels saw your true essence. The divine, the pure frequency that radiates from your soul was immediately recognized. Without hesitation, without a second thought, the angel did something they could not have fathomed. The angel bowed in reverence. This act of reverence wasn't just a polite gesture. It was a recognition of divine authority. In that moment, the angel knew exactly who you were. A soul with an extraordinary mission, one who was operating under the protection of the highest spiritual forces. The angel was not only acknowledging your purity, but also confirming that you were far beyond anything the enemies had accused you of. You were not flawed. You were not inadequate. You were and always have been a being of celestial significance. The terror in the eyes of your enemies was palpable. They had expected condemnation. They had expected their accusations to be validated. Instead, they witnessed something far more powerful than they could ever have imagined. They saw the very forces they thought they could manipulate, divine authorities, celestial powers, bowing in recognition of your true essence. The moment they thought would bring your downfall became the very moment they sealed their own fate. But the angel's recognition didn't stop there. You see, what the angel did next was even more astonishing. The reverence, the acknowledgement of your divine essence triggered something beyond simple recognition. The angel, fully aware of who you were and what you represented in the higher realms, activated something that would change the course of your life forever, your celestial protection. At that very moment, your enemies unknowingly triggered an impenetrable shield around you, a force field so powerful, so precise, that no attack they could ever plan would have any effect on you. Every malicious intent they harbored, every criticism they made, every attempt to sabotage your life was now being monitored, documented, and countered by celestial forces that operated on a level far beyond human comprehension. The very forces they had hoped would validate their accusations were now working to protect you, to ensure that no harm would come your way. This was not just some vague spiritual protection. This was a system so powerful, so perfectly designed, that it operated automatically. You were no longer subject to the whims of earthly circumstances. You had crossed over into a new reality, one in which every action against you was met with an equal and opposite reaction from the universe. The universe had just made a declaration: you are protected. And this protection didn't just shield you from physical harm. It went far deeper than that. It shielded your reputation, your heart, your mind, and your spirit. It ensured that every attempt to tarnish your image would only serve to elevate you further. Every effort to diminish you would result in your growth. Every plan to break you would instead fortify your foundation. The universe had aligned to guarantee that you would thrive no matter what your enemies tried. But let's pause for a moment and reflect on what this really means. You might be thinking, how could I deserve such protection? How could I, a mere mortal, be so important that angels themselves would recognize me, honor me, and shield me from harm? The answer is simple. You are not ordinary. You may have lived through struggles, doubts, and challenges. You may have felt like you were constantly under attack, misunderstood, or even abandoned at times. But all of this was part of the process, part of the divine journey that led you here. Every trial you faced, every hardship you endured was shaping you into the person you are today, someone worthy of divine protection, someone capable of rising above the noise of the world and connecting with the higher realms. The truth is, you were never alone. Even in your darkest moments, celestial forces have been watching over you, guiding you, preparing you for the greatness that was always meant to be yours. And now, as you stand on the precipice of this revelation, you are about to discover just how deeply connected you are to the divine. The angel's recognition was not a mere act of kindness. It was a recognition of your spiritual essence. You were marked long before you were even born. You are a soul with a purpose, a mission that transcends the mundane struggles of everyday life. And now that this celestial protection has been activated, your life will never be the same. What your enemies intended as an attack, as a final blow to break you, has instead become the very catalyst for your rise. They thought they could expose you. Instead, they exposed themselves. They thought they could tear you down. Instead, they have unwittingly set in motion your spiritual ascension. Every attack they planned against you has now been transformed into a divine blessing as your connection to the celestial realm grows stronger and more tangible. The journey you've been on, the trials you've faced, the people who have tried to bring you down, it was all leading to this, the moment when your true identity, your celestial mark, was revealed to the angelic realm. You are not just any person. You are chosen. And now that fact is being recognized by powers far greater than anything you could have imagined. And as we continue on this journey together, as we uncover the full extent of the divine protection surrounding you, you'll come to realize that what has happened in the celestial realms is just the beginning. The life that awaits you is one of unparalleled opportunities, boundless growth, and profound transformation. You are about to step into your destiny, and nothing, no person, no obstacle, no force in this world will ever be able to stop you. But before we go any further, I want you to pause and reflect on something. How does it feel to know that you are already living under this divine protection? How does it feel to understand that no matter what happens in your life from this moment forward, you are never truly alone, never truly vulnerable? The celestial forces are with you, and they will guide you every step of the way. Now let's move forward, because what comes next is going to change everything. Now that you have a deeper understanding of the moment when the celestial realm recognized your true essence, let's explore what happened next. This is where the profound shift in your life begins, a transformation you may have sensed but not fully understood until now. Your enemies, in their misguided attempt to destroy you, triggered something much greater than they could have anticipated. Their actions, which they believed were meant to tear you down, have instead set into motion a series of divine interventions that will forever alter your path. Let's delve into the consequences of what they did. When they presented your photo to the angel, they expected a judgment that would validate everything they had said about you. They thought they could manipulate the spiritual realm to confirm their earthly judgments. But in reality, what they unknowingly set in motion was a celestial protection system that now operates in your favor. This was no ordinary protection. This was divine intervention on a scale that humans cannot fully grasp. You've heard of the concept of protection. But what does it truly mean when we talk about divine protection, specifically the kind of protection activated by celestial authorities? Protection isn't just about being shielded from physical harm. It's a powerful, all-encompassing force that transcends the physical world. It operates on a spiritual level, governing everything from your relationships to your health, your finances, and even the opportunities that come into your life. What the angel did upon recognizing your essence was to initiate a celestial defense system that goes far beyond any earthly security. It's not merely a passive form of protection. This is an active force that operates on your behalf at every moment. Imagine a radar system that constantly scans your environment, detecting any threats, negative energies, or malicious intentions directed toward you. The moment the angel recognized your divine essence, the radar was activated and it started working in your favor. Every move your enemies made to sabotage you, every plan they created to undermine your success, was now being monitored by a higher intelligence. They had unknowingly placed themselves on the radar of celestial justice. Every attack they thought they were launching against you was being recorded by divine authorities with the evidence of their actions now firmly documented in higher dimensions. But here's the thing about divine protection. It doesn't just shield you from harm. It also ensures that the very attacks meant to break you only serve to elevate you. Every negative action directed toward you, every attempt to diminish your reputation only serves to fuel your spiritual growth. Every malicious word spoken behind your back, every plot they attempted to destroy you has now become a catalyst for your rise. Their efforts once meant to harm you are now actively contributing to your spiritual elevation. You may be wondering, what exactly happens to the people who have conspired against me? What are the consequences for them? The answer lies in a system of celestial justice that operates far beyond the scope of human understanding. When your enemies decided to launch an attack against you, they didn't realize they were crossing a line that would expose them to the highest authorities in the spiritual realm. And the truth is, there is no escaping celestial justice. In the higher dimensions, justice doesn't operate the way it does here on Earth. There is no manipulation, no loopholes, no way to escape the consequences of your actions. When you conspire against someone who is under the protection of celestial authorities, your actions are automatically recorded, and there is no turning back. Every negative thought, every harmful plan, every malicious word is registered in the divine system. And once something is recorded in the celestial realm, it cannot be erased or ignored. So what does this mean for your enemies? It means they are now under constant surveillance. Every time they speak ill of you, every time they plot against you, it is all being monitored by angelic forces. They thought they could attack you with impunity, but now they are the ones being watched. Every move they make is now being tracked by the very forces they tried to manipulate to their advantage. And the consequences for them are not subtle. Divine justice is not something that unfolds slowly over time. It is precise, swift, and proportional to the actions taken. Every attack they directed at you is now returned to them in a form they cannot comprehend. The universe has a way of balancing the scales, ensuring that no harm done to you goes unpunished. Your enemies may try to explain away their misfortune, but deep down they will know that their struggles are a direct consequence of their attempts to destroy someone protected by celestial forces. The universe has its own way of delivering justice, and it will not hesitate to make them face the consequences of their actions. But it's not just about retribution. Divine justice is also about restoration, about restoring balance in a world that has been disrupted by negative forces. For you, the recipient of this celestial protection, the restoration is not just about protection, it's about elevation. Now that you're under the protection of divine forces, your life begins to shift in ways that you might not even notice at first. You might think that your recent successes, the opportunities that have come your way, and the sudden shifts in your circumstances are nothing more than luck. But the truth is, these are the direct result of the celestial forces now at work in your life. Divine intelligence is actively rearranging the pieces of your life to ensure that everything aligns with your higher purpose. You may have noticed that problems that once seemed insurmountable are suddenly dissolving on their own. Financial difficulties that once felt permanent are being resolved with unexpected opportunities. Toxic relationships that drained your energy seem to be fading away, and you're finding new connections with people who genuinely uplift you. These aren't just random coincidences, they are the direct result of divine orchestration. Divine protection doesn't just shield you from harm, it actively creates a path of prosperity and success for you. The angels working in alignment with your higher self are constantly shifting the energies around you to bring the right people, opportunities, and resources into your life. This protection is proactive, not passive. It's working to clear obstacles before they even appear in your path. The more you align with your higher purpose, the more this divine intelligence will work on your behalf. And the more your life begins to flow effortlessly, the more you will realize that you are living in harmony with the universe, in alignment with your true purpose. The more you maintain your purity of heart, your compassion, and your kindness, the stronger this divine protection becomes. Your actions rooted in love and goodness are like a beacon that draws in the energy of the universe, amplifying your protection and blessings. As your enemies continue their downward spiral, facing the consequences of their actions, you may notice that they are becoming increasingly confused. Things that used to work for them are no longer effective. The strategies that once brought them success are now failing in inexplicable ways. People who once supported them are now distancing themselves without explanation. They may start to ask themselves, what happened? Why is everything falling apart? What they don't realize is that the energy they sent out is returning to them multiplied. The negativity they directed toward you is now being reflected back into their lives. The universe does not allow malice to go unbalanced. The energies they sent your way are now being returned to them in full force. They may try to find logical reasons for their problems, but deep down they know that the real cause lies in the spiritual realm. And as this unfolds, you will continue to rise. As they sink further into confusion and misfortune, you will experience a continued flow of abundance, opportunities, and blessings. Your life will become a testament to what happens when divine protection is in place, when the universe itself is working in your favor. This protection is not a passive experience. It is an ongoing dynamic force that continues to guide and shape your life. The angels who are now watching over you are actively moving pieces in your life to ensure that you are always in the right place at the right time. They are clearing the way for you, making sure that every obstacle is removed before it even has the chance to form. When the time is right, you will receive exactly what you need. When the right opportunity comes along, you will be in a position to seize it. When the right person enters your life, you will be ready to connect with them. This is the power of divine orchestration at work, an intelligent force that goes beyond coincidence, beyond chance. It's the universe aligning with your highest good, ensuring that every aspect of your life is in perfect harmony with your divine purpose. Now that you've journeyed with me through the celestial revelation of your divine protection, it's time to take a step back and reflect on the incredible truth that has unfolded before your eyes. This isn't just the end of a story, it's the beginning of a new chapter in your life. A chapter where the forces of the universe are working in your favor, and every step you take is in alignment with your highest purpose. This is the moment you realize that you are not just another person living an ordinary life. You are a chosen soul, marked by the divine and operating under the highest protection known to the universe. As you stand at the threshold of this new understanding, it's important to acknowledge what this divine revelation means for you. The struggles you face, the enemies who sought to tear you down, and the obstacles that once seemed insurmountable, these are no longer your defining circumstances. What you've come to realize is that each challenge you faced was a stepping stone carefully placed in your path to prepare you for what's to come. You are now operating from a higher frequency, and as a result, the universe is opening doors that you never thought possible. The protection you now experience is not just an abstract concept. It is a tangible force that is actively working to reshape your reality. When your enemies thought they were sending you to the angels for judgment, they had no idea that they were inadvertently placing you in the spotlight of divine recognition. They thought they could manipulate the spiritual realm against you, but instead they handed you the most powerful protection imaginable. They gave you the celestial backing that will continue to work in your favor forever, shielding you from the negative forces they tried to send your way. As you move forward in this new understanding, it's important to remember one crucial truth: you are the master of your own destiny. You are not a passive recipient of life's circumstances. You have been chosen for greatness, and now more than ever, you have the power to shape your life in alignment with your divine essence. The universe is not just protecting you, it is actively guiding you toward your highest potential. Every action you take, every thought you entertain, and every decision you make is now aligned with the forces that have always been watching over you. You may still encounter challenges on your path that is part of the human experience, but know that now you are no longer facing them alone. Every difficulty that comes your way is met with the full force of celestial protection, working to ensure that you emerge stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your purpose. You are no longer fighting battles on your own. The universe itself is standing behind you, ensuring that every attack made against you will be turned into an opportunity for growth and transformation. There's something profound about divine justice that you must fully embrace. In the human world, justice can be delayed, misunderstood, or even manipulated. But in the spiritual realms, divine justice is immediate, automatic, and perfectly proportionate. It operates without fail, ensuring that the energy you put into the world is always returned to you in kind. When your enemies thought they were conspiring against you, they didn't realize that they were sending out negative energy that would only come back to them tenfold. And now they are living with the consequences of their actions, unable to escape the law of spiritual justice that governs the universe. But here's the key: divine justice isn't about revenge. It's about balance. It's about ensuring that the pure, good energy you have always radiated is amplified, while the negativity that others have sent your way is neutralized. This system of celestial justice doesn't rely on human judgment or ego. It is based purely on divine law. And when your enemies attempted to tear you down, the universe simply realigned the energies in your favor. Every malicious act they took was met with a powerful countermeasure that only worked to elevate you further. As you continue your journey, it's important to understand that you don't need to fight against your enemies. You don't need to seek revenge or harbor resentment. The universe is already dealing with them. The angels, divine authorities, and celestial forces are actively balancing the scales, ensuring that every action they took against you is met with proportional consequence. Your role is simple: stay aligned with your higher purpose. Continue radiating love and kindness, and trust that the universe is working on your behalf. Now that you've seen the power of divine protection at work in your life, it's time to realize that this is only the beginning. The truth you've uncovered today is just the first step on a path that will lead you to experiences you never thought possible. Every moment from here on out will be infused with the energy of divine protection, guiding you toward the fulfillment of your soul's mission. You may start to notice subtle shifts in your life, small synchronicities, opportunities that seem too perfect to be coincidences, or even people entering your life at just the right time. These are not random events. These are the results of divine orchestration, a celestial system that is constantly rearranging the elements of your life to ensure that you are always in the right place at the right time. The more you embrace your spiritual essence, the more this divine intelligence will work to elevate you, bringing forth blessings and opportunities that are perfectly aligned with your highest good. The angelic protection around you is not a static force. It is a dynamic, ever-evolving energy that responds to your needs, your desires, and your growth. The more you live in alignment with your divine essence, the stronger this protection will become. The more you show kindness, compassion, and love to those around you, the more the universe will amplify your blessings. This protection isn't just a shield. It's an active, transformative energy that works to create the life you deserve. As you continue to walk this path, remember this: your essence is sacred. You are not defined by the opinions of others, nor by the challenges you've faced. You are defined by the light you carry within the divine spark that has been with you since the moment you were born. That spark has always been visible to those who know how to see, and now it is shining brighter than ever before. The celestial forces have recognized it, and they are working tirelessly to ensure that your light continues to shine undiminished by the darkness that may try to surround you. There's one more truth I want to share with you before we part ways. As you embrace this new understanding of who you are, you may feel a sense of responsibility, a recognition that you are not just here to live a normal life, but to play a crucial role in the grand design of the universe. You are a beacon of light, a soul that has been chosen to bring about transformation, healing, and growth, not just for yourself, but for the world around you. The protection you've received is not just for your own benefit, it's part of a much larger plan. You are being prepared to step into your divine mission, to fulfill a purpose that only you can accomplish. The angels, celestial beings, and divine authorities are working alongside you to ensure that you are equipped with everything you need to fulfill this purpose. So as you go forth from here, remember this: you are not alone. You are surrounded by forces beyond your comprehension, guiding you, protecting you, and helping you unlock your full potential. Your life has purpose, and now you are walking the path that will lead you to the extraordinary life you were always meant to live. As we conclude this journey together, I want to leave you with this final message. Embrace your true essence. Trust in the divine forces working on your behalf, and know that you are forever protected. Your enemies may have tried to break you, but they have only succeeded in strengthening you. Your challenges have only made you more resilient, and now you are ready to step into the full glory of your divine mission. Thank you for joining me on this incredible journey. I know that you will continue to rise, continue to shine, and continue to inspire the world with your divine light. Remember, this is only the beginning. The universe is waiting for you to embrace your true power, and with every step you take, it will be right there with you, guiding you every step of the way. Take care, my friend, and walk forward knowing that you are a chosen soul, protected by celestial forces, destined for greatness.